Asian Persimmons part 1. We'll do a part 2 with the older persimmons in the front yard. So this is all in the treehouse area. Okay, let's start from here. So these are the $10 sickly clearance Bobwell's persimmons that we got. They were 10 bucks. They were tiny, and they're just sticks with labels. So let's see which ones survive and whatnot. So the first one, it's supposed to be a Eureka. The rootstock took over. So the main scion died, the Eureka, but I let this thing grow. And I think I can graft to this next year. I just want it to be really tall because the deer, so they can't, I mean, they can still kill the tree, but at least the fruits will be a lot higher. So I'm going to start grafting around this about eye level right here, about 5 feet or 5.5 feet mounted right there. So this is a rootstock. Or hasn't fruited yet, so I'm not sure if I want to see some American rootstock fruit and see how they go, but for now this is planned for grafting. All right, so the next one here, it's Tani Nashi. It's low in the ground because again that's all I got right there was the rootstock and a little stump scion, Tani Nashi. I never really tasted them fully ripe because the deer gets them before I do, but I did make sure that just to check if they're astringent or non-astringent. I tested all of them, they're astringent. So that's that. All right, so next one, this was labeled as Eureka. And this guy just grew, but it has a lot of deer damage right there. So I was just gonna keep one trunk, but over here, man, you need a lot of backup. So it fruited a lot. They're kind of big. Eureka, they're like a Fuyu shape, like a pumpkin flat shape. So I don't know if that's what Eureka looks like. Again, these are on clearance, just labeled whatever they are. I don't know if that's, you know, I mean, they mislabel healthy trees. Imagine the one that they want to trash but selling for 10 bucks. So Eureka, I grew quite a bit, loaded with fruits last year. All right, so Eureka. So the fourth one right here is also labeled as Eureka. So I would say they're the same, even their growth, their leafing out are almost identical to that one. So all right, so the fifth one right here, this is supposed to be Fuyu, but deer just ate it and broke the trunk. And these are all the rootstock growing, which is fine. I have a lot of Fuyu and I can graft a scion to this one. So I'm just gonna let this grow as tall as the first one right there and then graft later. So supposedly Fuyu, didn't happen. All right, so this is also labeled as Eureka. A little bit late than the other one, so it's almost the same time as the Tani Nashi. So who knows what this thing is. It's labeled as Eureka. I don't remember the fruit shape. I should document this better this year, but labeled as Eureka at least. Another Eureka. Why a lot of Eureka? Well, I bought all their clearance Asian persimmons, so whatever they have, I bought them all, and a lot of them died. These are the ones that made it. I babied them in pots to kind of make them recover and whatnot. Yeah, but this is yeah, that's why there's a bunch of Eurekas. I guess nobody wants Eureka. No one bought them even when they were healthy. All right, so this is supposed to be Eureka. This one is supposed to be chocolate. Deer damage also, they broke it. This is the rootstock, so it's not chocolate anymore, it's just rootstock persimmon. So we'll graft into this. Okay, and this is Eureka again, labeled as Eureka. Kind of tall like the other one, but it has kind of like the same kind of bud growth as the Tani Nashi. So Okay, anyway, I'll document this better once they start, well, then when they have fruits. All right, and last one right here is supposed to be Eureka. On our video 2 years ago, this one is struggling. It finally died. The scion right here, this is all dead. Oh, there you go. And that's all rootstock that's left. All right, so out of, I think we have 10 right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are rootstock, and we got 6 that made it. So it's didn't expect much from this row, because these are, this is where the Muscadines are, which is the candy store for deer. And yeah, so that one just kind of didn't make it. So all right, so those are the our persimmons in the very back of the property. Mostly Eureka on the label, and one Tani Nashi, so because the Fuyu didn't make it. So that's their progress, and they're kind of leafing on. I gotta mow all this stuff. All right, so the other ones, if you've been following the channel, I bought 5 Fuyu root, bare root, and 5 Hana Fuyu from Ison's nursery, and that did not go well. Right off the bat, the Hana Fuyu, when I got them, they're almost dead. They look so bad, and only one of them survived. So even before kind of planting them in ground, because I do want to make sure they get watered, so they were in pots first, just to kind of get them going, kind of like what nurseries do. And then transfer them in ground last year. So out of the 5 Fuyu, one of them died. So this one right here did not make. So even the roots died right here. So we are left with 4 Fuyu, and 1 Hana Fuyu survived. Okay, so this is the first dead one right here. So let's go to the second Fuyu. And again, these are unconfirmed Fuyu, because only one fruited, I think. So that means verdict is out if they're real Fuyu. So this is supposed to be a Fuyu, and it's looking good. There's some damage up here from just kind of being dry. All right, let me just kind of eliminate those. Okay, and then they're there. They're easy to kind of pop, crack. All right, so that's 1 Fuyu, and I gotta clear all that crap down there. All right, Fuyu. Then we go to the Hana Fuyu. I did not expect this to survive, but it did. Assuming it's Hana Fuyu, it's right here, so it's alive, and it's leafing out. And I got some organic fertilizer I can put in here, help it out a bit. Okay, so that's Hana Fuyu right there. This one fruited. I can confirm it's Fuyu if my memory serves me right. So this is Fuyu. It hasn't leafed out yet. Let me do a scratch test. Yeah, it's green, it's alive, it's just waiting to wake up. So this one fruited, I think 1 or 2, and I can confirm it's a Fuyu. If I remember correctly, I think it's a Fuyu. Yeah, it's non-astringent. There's the twig for the fruit. Okay, so that's 2 Fuyu and 1 Hana Fuyu. So let's go here. So this is so we got we got 2 Fuyus there and 1 Hana Fuyu. Okay, so this is the 3rd Fuyu that survived. It's out already, hasn't fruited yet. So again, verdict on this one is unknown at this point, until, because we just got burned with mislabeling, so there's the distrust on anything that's labeled until you have fruit as a proof. Okay, and then this is the other one. It's also supposed to be Fuyu, and there's a crack right there, so I tried to fuse it together using electrical tape, and electrical tape is expanding quite well with the diameter, the caliper of the trunk. I might have to prop this a little bit, move it here closer, but even if it leans, there's that metal thing in there. I gotta clean all this stuff. It's starting to leaf out, so this is the 4th Fuyu that survived. So only 5 of the bare roots survived from mycin. So a good number. Well, they're all supposed to survive because, you know, these things are kind of expensive. 4 Fuyu and 1 Hana Fuyu out of 10. 5 Fuyu and 5 Hana Fuyu is what I ordered. And Kenny from our Muscadine group did the same thing. Ordered some Hana Fuyu from Isons, and they didn't take. I think that's what he told me. All right, one last one. So let's go to the back of the barn. I haven't mowed here. Usually we wait a little bit so all this wild flowers and weeds, the bees will have something to eat. So I don't mow until a little bit later, but our concern would be, you know, you don't want any snakes or whatnot because of tall grass. You want to be able to see everything, so we're waiting a little bit. So this is the last one. This is a Fuyu, confirmed Fuyu. Bought this at Dawn's Nursery a long time ago. This is our very first Fuyu, and it broke right there, so that's not good. It has a crack right there, so I'm gonna wait for, let's say, that right there all the way to the trunk. So those when those kind of get healthy, I'll just cut all this for next year, let those continue, because it's already cracked right here and it's just gonna get worse. All right, so overall we have, not counting the rootstock, so that's 6, 11, so 12 persimmons, Asian persimmons at the back of the property. And we'll do the part 2 next time for the rest of the Asian persimmons in the front.